A number is an abstract idea or concept that is used to represent a quantity, whereas a numeral is a system that represents a number. For example, there's only one concept of the number 5. However, there are many different ways or symbols that can be used to represent 5. Since there is an infinitude of numbers, people have devised various ways to write numbers using symbols, thus giving rise to the numeration systems. A numeration system consists of a set of symbols and various rules for combining the symbols to represent numbers. Here in this newsletter, you'll see that the Roman numeration system is being used to represent the volume number. So the Romans used letters to represent their numbers. So let's go over some of those. The symbols, as you'll notice, the first column is 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, and 1000, and then the number that the symbol represents is on the right-hand column. And it's the letter I, V, X, L, C, D, M in that order respectively, based on the symbol. Well, as I mentioned, a numeration system consists of a set of symbols and various rules for combining the numbers to represent the numbers. So let's go over the Roman numeral system's rules, okay? There are 3 rules for writing numbers in Roman numerals. When a letter is repeated in sequence, its numerical value is added. So for example, 3 x's represents 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 30. The second rule is, when smaller value letters follow larger value letters, the numerical values of each are added. So for example, LXVI represents 50 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1, or 66. And the third rule is, when a smaller value letter precedes a larger value letter, the smaller value is subtracted from the larger value. So for example, IV represents 5 minus 1, or 4, and XC represents 100 minus 10, or 90. In addition, I can only precede V or X, and X can only precede L or C, and C can only precede D or M. Okay, so that's an additional little rule there that you have to keep in mind. So let's go back and see if we can figure out what the volume number is. Alright, we have MMXIV. If we said that M is 1000, right, so we have 2 M's, so that's 2000. And then we have an X, okay, and then an I and a V. So X means 10, and the IV is going to mean 4, because remember the I is before the V, so it's a smaller value letter, alright, that precedes a larger value. So you're going to subtract that smaller value from the larger value. So as you can see, that means 2000, and then 10 and 4 is 14, so it's 2014.